We are going to eat dessert first today. This is Mo's Restaurant Cranberry Pudding, and it is being made today by Mo's granddaughter, Cindy McEntee. And welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Ann.
You know, you are kind of in your legendary line, you know, with your grandmother and the Mo's restaurants. You know, everybody knows Mo's.
Yeah, it's quite a legacy.
Yeah. All right. So let's make this pudding.
Okay.
All right. So what's the first thing that we need?
Okay. The first thing we need are, of course, the cranberries. But underneath the cranberries, we're going to put some raspberries.
Can you use frozen if you don't have fresh?
Yes, you can.
Where did you get fresh raspberries?
Well, I got them at our local grocer.
Okay. All right.
And I thought I picked through those pretty good. I got a couple stems left.
Okay.
And then,
it looks like you've had the cranberries cooking for a while.
Well, they cook very briefly, actually, in orange juice. A half a cup of orange juice.
And how many cranberries did you use?
2 packages of Ocean Spray is what I used.
Okay.
And I like Ocean Spray because they're packaged in Bandon.
Hey, there you go.
And
do you want me to do anything with that, mixing,
yeah,
stirring?
You can move that around a little bit.
Move it around.
And just confuse it. I think this.
Yeah. Incorporate all of the ingredients. You just put something in there.
I put some orange peel, and
oh, doesn't that smell good with that
orange peel? The orange peel came off the orange that I used the juice in here, so you're not wasting anything.
Okay, so you are recycling there. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to make. This is the flour. It's 2 cups of flour, I think it's a cup and a half of sugar.
Okay.
And we're going to add
butter and milk.
Butter and milk.
Do you want
1 cup of milk,
or
you use the wood spoon?
Okay.
And just stir it, and you want to probably stir it fairly well.
All right. Now, you don't use a mixer for this.
No, this is a very simple thing, and like my sister-in-law is very clever with Christmas presents, and when we invite her over for dinner, she'll know the kind of bakeware that I use, and she'll buy one and make something in it. And that's what I decided, that's a really good idea. This is a kind of a fun thing to take to people's house. It's super simple to put together.
So are you saying that she makes it in something?
She doesn't make this particular thing, but it's like this year I went, you know what? I'm going to start making this in bakeware that I see at my daughter-in-law's house or my daughter's house.
Yeah. Instead of just the Pyrex stuff, right?
And then they can keep the bakeware.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there you got it. You've got it. Now we're going to spread that over this.
I want to eat just this.
I know. It's really good, just like that.
Isn't that horrible? Okay. So I spread it on by the dollop?
Yeah, dollop around. Make sure you spread it really even.
Oh, now that's hard, Cindy.
You might want to do it with this.
Okay.
Let's use this.
Here, I'll hold the bowl, okay? And you can do that part. You know, we can help each other.
If you think that's possible.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you have been part of the business since you've been alive, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Did you think that you were going to grow up and do that for a living?
Well, you know.
Was it pretty obvious?
As a child, it was just, you know, my granny's restaurant. And I worked there, and I guess, you know, as a kid, you don't really think that far in the future, you know. It's like,
right,
you know, this is what I'm going to do, but it's what I did. And
you know, Cindy, from the sounds of the book, you know, that has been written, didn't you write the book?
I did.
Yeah, it's kind of sounded like you probably could have made more money someplace else.
Yeah, I probably could have. I could have. Yeah. But you know, that's family business for you, you know.
Exactly. All right, now you got something that you're going to top this with.
This is sugar and cinnamon and cornstarch.
Okay, and what's the cornstarch for?
The cornstarch will set the, well, you'll see what we're going to do here, because we're going to do something kind of different.
Love sugar on top of anything.
See, we haven't sweetened any of our berries yet.
Right. Now, I tasted this because it's my duty here on Studio 6. I tasted this before we began, and I must say it is really, really good. And what I like about it is that it's not overly sweet.
No, it really isn't. And you can use any berry. In the summertime, we use blueberries.
Oh, that's what I would love.
We use blackberries. We do use blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, Marionberries. Eliminate the cinnamon
Okay.
Eliminate the nuts that we put in there, and just serve it like that, and it's lovely.
You had some magic trick you were going to do for me
here.
here.
So we're going to put 2 cups of water on this.
No kidding? Wow. This is a different recipe.
It is, and it's kind of spooky because you go, no way, this isn't going to turn out.
I mean, it looks like it's going to
it turns out
be a big sloppy mess, I got to say.
Well, that's kind of what I thought, too, the first time I made it, but...
All right, and so you're doing that so that it doesn't...
pour a big hole right in the middle.
Okay, you're pretty smart there.
I did that already, and several years ago when I made this.
All right, so how long will we bake it, and at what temperature?
Okay, you bake it at 350 for between 50 and 60 minutes. My oven at home, it's 55 minutes.
Okay.
Right in the middle, so.
Right. All right, well, let's talk about the book that you wrote about your grandmother and about the restaurant. I loved reading about the great big crab fest that you guys used to have. And I mean, wasn't it like 16,000 crabs went out that one day in like 65 or something like that?
Yeah, it was a huge, huge celebration, and the whole waterfront in Newport everybody was involved. And at that time, there was I think there was probably 12 different fish canneries, and they all bought crab, and so everybody's boats would come in, just like crab showed up today. This is the beginning of the crab coming into town, and this was the very thing, and people didn't really eat crab like we do now.
Yeah.
It wasn't as well known, so there was a push to sell. And that was the whole idea behind it. So
wow. Okay. And the other thing that I got quite a big kick out of was when you were 2001 Oregon Businesswoman of the Year, and then you were first runner-up, and you went and met President Bush.
I did.
And he introduced you. It was hysterical as
Christy.
Yeah. You know what? I feel sorry for that guy because that's something I would do. I have these little lapses in memory, but so that kind of calmed you down, and so you weren't so shell-shocked at meeting the President of the United States.
Actually, and he was so nice, and he was standing next to me and had his arm around me, and he goes, now just keep smiling, and everybody's taking pictures of you, so just keep smiling, and can you talk while you smile? And we just talked back and forth, and
you're kind of trying to keep your lips.
Yeah, like that's exactly right.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be giving away some books today, and so. Sorry about that. Okay, so there are 4 copies of the Moe's on the Waterfront book and a token for a free cup of the legendary chowder. So email the code word legendary chowder, and we will select 4 winners at random. Thank you for the recipe and for giving away the books. And if you missed any of the steps in this recipe for, let's see, should we call it pudding? Cranberry? It's not really a pudding. It's more like a cobbler.
It is. It's like a cobbler, but basically it is, when it's hot is when you serve it. It's really puddingy on the inside, just a little crunchy top on it.
All right, so you can see this segment online at KOINstudio6.com, or you can call our hotline. Jake, what's coming up next?